have one question for each of you. For the three of you together. And it goes back to the nightclubs again. I live in Elmwood, different ward, but we share Broad Street. And the activities from nightclubs on Broad Street affects the residents in our ward as well. And I'm not talking necessarily about the violence. I'm talking about the nonviolent noise. If the noise level is so high, the people in my neighborhood in Elmwood have dishes rattling on their shelves. This is on the, especially on Sunday afternoons. So I guess this is a two-part question. You can answer whichever side you want, but we have been to the Board of Licenses many times to talk about extended hours and so forth. How would you work to ensure that businesses in the area are an integral part of the neighborhood and the quality of life rather than a nuisance? And the other is, how do you communicate with members of your ward and possibly neighboring wards about how proposed developments might affect the quality of life in those neighborhoods?
Good question.
I'll go first. Thank you.
Well, we're starting.
We're starting with Monica, actually. just to give everybody the same deal.
Thank you. That was a lot. So I'm following you. I think that's, your question is basically like a quality of life issue, basically, and that's something that my constituents, every time they open the door to me, they say, what are we gonna do with these clubs and the motorcycles, the mopeds up and down the street? That's like a big issue that they have been saying, you know. And again, as a social worker, I like to look at best practices, you know, and that's what we do. So I would look at the best practices, see what other people are doing. But at the same time, it's like, you know, we live in a major city. We live in Providence, it's the capital city, and so these things are going to happen. These things are going to be in the city, and it's a matter of changing some of the zoning, I think, and saying, you know, you can't just put a bar and a hookah lounge in every spot of the city. So it has to do again with quality of life issue. You can't put a bar and, you know, just because your friend owns a little spot and all of a sudden he wants to do a bar or a little truck on the side of, you know, a residential road, doesn't mean that you're going to go ahead and, hey, do the licensing. So I think that a lot of it's going to stop. As a city council person, I think that's something that I would be working on. It's just not, you know, not rezoning for friends. That can start there. And quality of life issue, again, looking at best practices. I'm looking forward to seeing what you have because, again, it sounds like your business has been successful in that area, and so I'm looking forward to learning more about that.
Good job. Jeffries.
Okay, so let's see. When it comes to the nightclubs, okay, and we have a nightclub owner here, okay, the Board of Licenses is bought and paid for. What Gordon Fox did is still happening today, okay? I actually have, in my whole campaign, I'm going to show everybody in Ward 10 a nightclub that's being built right now, okay? It has no license, it has nothing, okay? He spent probably $30,000 or $40,000 right now, and he still doesn't have a license. To invest that kind of money, you're telling me that you're going to speculate that you're going to get a license, okay? I tell everybody I'm naming names. The only way that scam is going to work is with Dylan Conley, okay? The chairman of the licensing board. It's the same thing as it was before. And you know what? It was like that with Cianci, it was like that with Cicilline, it was like that with everybody. Okay, the licensing board is a cash cow, okay? Some of these people that run nightclubs, I mean, you know what? It's a money thing, okay? Now, you want to say one time and out, okay? If you're selling drugs in a nightclub, and you know what? I hate to say this, but most of them do. Okay, if you're selling nights in a nightclub, you're out of business, okay? We have a noise ordinance in this city, okay? It's not enforced. I lived on Niagara Street and I had the Dominican Club. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, because they didn't really have a license, they were a club, they could stay open all night long, okay, I would call them, never come, never come, never come. So like I said, you give me a couple more weeks. I'm not putting everything out there. I gotta have a couple of things. Tomorrow I got something really big about the schools. In around 2 weeks, I'm gonna show everybody what the licensing board is all about, what building and zoning is all about, okay? And then you can make your choice and say, if Dylan Collin is taking orders from somebody in City Hall to approve these licenses, okay? That's it.
Good job.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are amazing.
Well, I'll tell you, God bless our freedom of speech, and God bless our democracy, that we can express ourselves like that. I think we have enough laws on the books. I just feel that they're not being enforced. There is a noise ordinance, but it's not being followed. What you need to do is to eliminate the political influence that exists. My family, and we're victims to that. I have a sister who is a champion who has beaten cancer and who beat multiple sclerosis. But she has not been able to beat the noise of the clubs around her. And major efforts have been made, and we all have failed because of external influence. Do we need to create another ordinance? Oh, we have one. We have a noise ordinance. When the police drives by and they become part of the problem, not the solution, there is a problem. So you want to do something, you want to elect someone with heavy hands, someone that doesn't want anything to anybody. You want to elect someone that's going to come in fresh, new, that's not going to be easily influenced, and someone that's going to deal with the issues at hand. I think you need to start there. But if you're going to elect someone else that's going to come in and play games, we're going to continue to go on. My sister will continue to be there. I had somebody that moved from my house because she couldn't take it anymore. So, and she ended up buying a house in a different district. But my poor sister's still there, and I'm trying to do something about that. So when it comes to quality of life issues, when it comes to public safety, those are main issues as to why I'm running for office. Thank you.